Okay, Rita writes, thank you, Rita. The best investment. I love my Cellerciser and Dave Hall, who makes the complete package. Can't miss this every other Monday Facebook Live. He cares a lot for his customers. And we do. So I hope you're writing in questions. If you're discouraged, if you want to accomplish something, if something that you want to address, please write now, because Brooklyn is sitting in the back, and you know she was with us the last time. She's writing down the questions so that she can relay them to me so I can answer them. Okay. Is Mr. Rebounder workout app does it ever go on sale? All right, that's not a review, but a good question. Yes, keep in mind the Mr. Rebounder app has over 30 pre-made routines for beginning, intermediate, advanced, seniors, and create your own. That's a pretty thorough program. When I created the app, it was because I didn't want one size to fit all feet. We're all at different positions in different places. I want you to be able to grow and feel comfortable and confident in your progress. But I also wanted to challenge you. So we can start off very beginning and very basic, and we can continue to advance. But there are specific needs or special interests that you as an individual may have that maybe isn't addressed on the routines, or you may want to alter a routine. So you can actually take any one of these routines and you can pick it, and up here on the right you see where it says clone template. You can hit the clone button and it will clone this whole routine, and now you can scroll up and down. You can take away or add movements to the routine. You can take and pick one of the movements and move it up. If you can see that, I'm moving it up just by holding over here on the side. So you can change the position of a movement. You can go in and you can change the time, take out movements, put in movements. And then you can save it in your own routine, in your own personal library. And you can access your own personal library simply by going back to the beginning and going down here at the bottom. It says My Workouts. If you go to My Workouts, those are the workouts that you can be saving. So the whole purpose, again, was designed to help create a program that works for you, not just something that's arbitrarily made up. The other advantage to the Mr. Rebounder app, right now we have over 30 pre-made movements. And keeping our fingers crossed, this week we'll make over 70 movements available. So total, there'll be over 70 different movements that you can combine. And we've got more coming on down the road. So is it on sale? Right now it is. Normally that package is $89.95 for a full year. So that's like $7 a month. Right now it's on sale for $49.95. So that's just $4 a month to have all those routines. And there's a lot more to that app than I've had a chance to share with you. But at $4 a month, virtually, and what happens is if you get in at the discount price, the current price right now, for as long as you maintain a subscription, your price will never go up. So you're going to be grandfathered. So we're thanking all of those who've been loyal to the Mr. Rebounder app by keeping the price and creating a win-win for all of us. And then we'll be introducing the new movements, and the new movements will have a very nominal charge. You can pick a discount package to take all of the movements. You'll be able to pick just the movements you want to add to your package, one-time charge. It's like $1.99, I think, per movement. And then you add that into your routine, and it's always going to be available. And then we'll continue to develop and share and grow even more. So, good question. Erica writes, I started using the app a week ago and love it for the variety. Only $49.95 for a year. Definitely worth it. Thank you, Erica. Okay. Patrick writes, I talk about the Cellerciser so much that people tell me I need to stop talking about the Cellerciser. Ha ha ha. That sounds like my wife. She says the same thing wherever we go. It always seems to come up, and I'm talking about the Cellerciser. It says, interestingly, when they do that, it opens up a very nice platform for inquiring minds for me to talk about the Cellerciser all over again. I love it. Patrick, I hope you're one of our affiliates, because you can sign up as an affiliate and you give out an actual link that a person can use, and they're guaranteed, if they use that link, they're guaranteed the upgraded package, which includes the new exercise fold-out guide at no additional cost. So tell them to use that link, and then you'll get credit for it. And we pay those referral fees out about every month. Charlene writes, Cellercise is my best friend, the only workout until the rest of my life. Adore it. All capitalized. That's cute. So many benefits, and muscles are getting stronger. Thank you, Charlene. We had a customer call us earlier today who had seen me when I was in Lodi, California over 20 years ago. And they've been Cellercising faithfully for 20 years. Well, she's going to write us a customer review. She promised she'd do that. I appreciate that. But on the phone call today, she said that she's talked to several of her girlfriends, but one of her girlfriends was asking her today, how do you look so good? How do you stay so healthy and fit? And she says, all I do is my Cellercising. She says, you're what? So she told her about the Cellerciser and called me up and said, 20 years ago, this is what I paid for the Cellerciser. What does it cost now? I told her what it costs now. She said, it's only gone up that much. I said, thank you. It's not cheap, but it's well made. And she says hers is 20 years old. It's in her home. She says it looks brand new. We designed it to last, and it's designed so it can't last. We want it to last a lifetime. Tracy writes, I can't say enough for the quality of this equipment. I've had mine 15 plus years and it still looks new. Yes, I use it quite frequently. Thank you, Tracy. Nancio writes, I've been rebounding for more than 16 years and have been through all the various rebounders. I now own 2 of Dave's Cellercisers, 1 at each home, and they are simply the best. I use one at least once, sometimes twice a day. Nancia, thank you, Nancia. All right. When will the Strength app be on Mr. Rebounder? The moment that Apple and Google approves it, it's up, and you will see those movements as part of the new movements in the actual app itself. I've been having an issue with the app for months now. I was told in February that the problem was figured out, but they needed to wait to push the fix out with the update. How soon will the update be coming out for the app on iOS? And again, it should be done as soon as Apple approves it. So we're just going through an approval process, but everything else is working now. This question may have already been covered, but I'd love to hear Dave talk about the best 10-minute routine in the morning. Well, I think the best 10-minute routine in the morning is the one that I do. It's the advanced routine, and it's a 10-minute routine. It should have my name on it. If it doesn't, I'll make sure that they include that. However, it's very intense. So again, depending on what level you're at, you don't want to start off with that 10-minute day routine, because you can put as much effort. Well, if you start off with it, start off easy. Don't do it like I do it. I would have hurt myself if I started off doing what I do now in the very beginning. It's very, very intense. And as you increase the intensity, you're going to increase the effectiveness, and you're going to really increase your metabolism as well. Okay. Oh, to Lori and Joanne. Hi. I said I'd give you a shout out on the next live stream. I want to address drop foot a little bit. So, drop foot is when the foot itself, the ligaments and the tendons have kind of shortened up in your foot. You don't have enough strength or flexibility. So we want to address the strength and the flexibility in the foot. And how do you Cellercise if your foot is dropping? There's a different approach. If you get a foot ankle support, that's a plus, good thing. And then by standing on the Cellerciser and helping to stretch that tendon a little bit, we can rock side to side, but you're pushing down with your heel. So your heel is dropping into the mat, into the springs. And as you're pushing down, you start to loosen up. And this is a great movement right here for helping with those issues. Doing the twist, that's great for a lot of different reasons. But again, it's also going to be helping to strengthen the ankles and the foot as well. Eventually, you'll be lifting the heels up and down because you're going down. Keep in mind, you're not just lifting up. When you come down, you're going down into the mat. And so we start to strengthen and build up better support in that ankle. So there's a lot that we can do while we're on the mat. All these movements, these are fantastic. We're not going to do kickouts and things like that because we don't want the foot to roll on us or to land wrong until that foot becomes better supported. And again, drop foot, if it's a medical issue or condition, check with your doctor, health practitioner. Those are some of the techniques that I teach to doctors and health practitioners and trainers, so that you're welcome to share that with your doctor too. How would someone go about Cellercising with drop foot? Okay, I just explained it. I do have a question. It is said that just 10 minutes a day, just curious, as many of the workouts are longer than 10 minutes. And that's true. If somebody wants to burn more calories and they have time and they want to do it for a longer period of time, then yes, you can do it for a longer period of time. Nothing wrong with that. I didn't have a lot of time. I developed a routine. I thought, I didn't expect the kind of results. I really didn't expect the results that I got in that 10-minute-a-day routine that I first came up with 30 some years ago. And it grew. But so did my intensity. And one of the things that I learned was that time doesn't mean much to the body, to the cells. They don't have watches. It's how you challenge your cells within a period of time that really makes a difference and causes the cells to respond to the challenge that you give them. So it's more of the intensity and how you're challenging your cells and your body within a certain period of time rather than is in the amount of time. If you're not doing it as intense, you can do a longer program. If you're doing it more intense, you can do a shorter program. They do serve different purposes. And so we make those available for everybody based upon what their motivation and objectives are. I think one of the greatest things about this app, and I love this for myself, and I know Brooklyn and others too, is that, again, that would normally have a movie playing or a show playing, and we would have the routine, we'd be going through the routine on the Cellerciser, and we'd be watching this, or if we had it on our phone, we would have it on the phone, and we would watch the show. And it would ding, I took the dinger off, but it'll ding in between each movement. So you can watch the show, it dings, and look at the next movement, and you just keep on going. So we want to make it fun. Remember, why work out when you can play in? Let's play in. Testimonial. Love my Cellerciser. Addictive. Frees up my hips and knees for the day. Takes pain away from tight shoulders. Boosts energy. Reduces inflammation. Increases balance. Could go on and on and on. Kihaulani. Thank you, Kihaulani. All right. Heart, pacemaker. Okay, that question came up. We've worked with a number of cardiologists, and again, I suggest you consult with your doctor. But if you have a pacemaker, one of the advantages of the Cellerciser, it makes it easier on the heart. So as you're moving up and down, you're pumping with the heart. So often you can do exercises on the Cellerciser you might not be able to do on typical types of equipment or with typical exercise. So again, gentle, moving up and down, rocking side to side, doing the gentle twist, building up the thighs and the knees. You know, these are all helpful movements, doing the arm curls while you're bouncing it. And again, it helps to strengthen the heart. At the same time, it helps to break up sticky blood cells. It's one of the great advantages of the Cellerciser. As we move up and down, the blood cells can become separated, oxygenated, and energized, and imbibed with more fluid, and in a different state. And so circulation improves, and that makes it easier on the heart as well. You don't have to pump sticky blood cells through the capillaries. So again, there's so many benefits to the Cellerciser. I mentioned her Lodi. Okay.
We have a lot of questions.
Oh, we have a lot of questions. Okay, let's go through some of them. Thank you, Brooklyn.
Any suggestions for vertigo?
Yes, any suggestions for vertigo? All right. Most people that I know who have Cellercised for about a month, often they don't have the symptoms of vertigo, and if they do, it's much, much reduced. I know my wife had vertigo too, and she Cellercised and was able to do roller coasters again and just enjoy quality of life as long as she kept Cellercising. We don't know necessarily what it is, whether it's crystals that can get in the air, there's little crystals, and the moving up and down helps to increase circulation through the stirrup, the smallest bone of the ear, the vestibular balance. It can improve our vestibular balance and help balance the fluid that's in our ear, as well as challenges our proprioceptors. So all those movements over time have proven or shown empirically with our customers to be very, very beneficial.
Do you need internet access to use the Mr. Rebounder app? Are there any plans to make it available without internet access?
I don't know how to do that. Yeah, everything's changing. What we're going to be doing on it. Oh, the question is, are we going to make the Mr. Rebounder app available without having to be on the internet? And probably not, because we've got a lot more we want to do with it. That's going to basically involve and give you, all of you, opportunities to network together. And I don't want to go much into detail on that, but we're trying to really, we want to create a Cellercise family and pull everybody in together so we can make it even more fun. And there's not a way that I know of that to be able to do that without it being on the internet.
I'm getting muscle like crazy and my body's changing except for my middle. I've changed my diet, I'm avoiding sugar and carbs, but my belly is still so big. Do you have an exercise suggestion? So
he's got muscle bulging, popping out all over his body, but he's eating with his gut still. Yes. In fact, and Brooklyn and I had this discussion the other day that people genetically are predisposed. You know what I'm trying to say. What is wrong with that word? They have a predisposition to putting fat in different areas of the body, depending on genetics. Some people carry more in their hips, or their buttocks, or their back, or their stomach. And as we lose weight, it targets different areas. We lose, again, according to genetics, it's very difficult to target reduce fat in any particular area of the body. The body will go after it based upon its own programming. So sometimes that means this is the first to gain weight and it's the last to lose weight. So by doing the Jamba run, just by doing lots of the Jamba run, this movement here is going to help burn calories, because these muscles need a lot of fuel. And as you do repetitions of that, and you've eaten up the glucose and the sugars, then the body's going to go after whatever other source is available, and that's often going to be the white adipose tissue, and that's the fat. So I've told men, same thing I said, you want to have strong stomach muscles, do sit-ups, but understand that nobody's going to be able to see them if you have fat. Those muscles are too small to burn off the weight, really. So if you want strong stomach muscles that people can see, do the aerobics, because that is where your body needs a lot of fuel. And if you do repetitions of the jump run, it can help you to achieve that. And this one routine right here, which is called second weight loss, that's or the one that we did with Brooklyn the other day. This is a aerobic 3, Brooklyn's weight loss routine. Both of those will do a lot of aerobic movements that burn calories. It burns weight. So, go ahead, Ricky.
Does Cellercising help with stomach ulcers?
So they help with stomach ulcers. That's a good question. I checked with your doctor whether it was milk and magnesia or I know my dad had ulcers and he got rid of his ulcers and he claims it was because of the milk and magnesia. But the gentle twisting here can help, especially if you have something that the doctor's given you that is designed to help address that area, or if you're taking the milk and magnesia and moving up and down and doing a gentle twist is going to help to move that around and bathe those areas of the body. Again, consult with your doctor or health practitioners. Go ahead, Ricky.
My quads have been damaged by a car accident. I'm trying to rebuild them. Do you have any suggestions?
Her what has been damaged?
Her quadriceps.
Her quadriceps have been damaged from a car accident?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, there's a, I don't think I have it here. 1 second. There is a technique that's on the Mr. Rebounder app that we've never done before that uses a little strap that kind of works the back of the arms like this while you're gently bouncing up and down, which helps the triceps, the quads, the legs here in this area are going to be more like rocking side to side, gently bouncing up and down to increase circulation, doing the gentle jumbo walk, eventually getting to the point where we can rock side to side. So there's another movement that we're looking to get a hold of some of these that are wrapped around like this. You would actually literally put them, you step through them so that you would end up stepping through them and you push in and out. You're not so much doing it on the Cellerciser as you're doing it here, and that can help create some resistance to work on the quadriceps as well.
How do I do deep squats on the Cellerciser?
That's a really good one. Okay, this has helped so many people really strengthen their knees and increase the flexibility in the knee area. So I remember for myself when I messed up my knees, I couldn't go to Walmart and get down to the bottom shelf because I couldn't bend down low enough. This is the movement that really made a big difference in my flexibility of my knees. And that's done by putting the Cellerciser next to a table, or in this case, we'll put it next to the couch. I'm going to move the bar out of the way. And by standing on the mat, we bend over. Thanks, honey. You see all right? Mm-hmm. All right. We bend over, put our hands on the mat. We bend down to where it's comfortable. Jump up, come down again. Jump up, come down. And you can control the number of movements up and down. And that is you'll feel that. Do 20 of those. And that's going to really work this whole area, which is a technique I designed for me. And started sharing it with others. It is not, it's the only movement I didn't add, one of the only movements I didn't add to the Mr. Rebounder app. But now you know it. Go ahead, Ricky.
How about bat wings on the arms?
Okay, that was a good one. Okay, this, going back to this, guess I knew that question was going to come up. Okay, so we're going to have some of these very soon. And that's done by holding this up here, bouncing up and down, and then moving the arm up and down, just like that. Real simple, but it's very effective. And it's all working the back of the arm. The reason I'm moving up and down is because whatever weight I'm putting on the arm, I'm increasing it with the bounce, but I'm also increasing circulation so we don't build up the inflammation or the soreness. So build strong muscles, but also healthy muscles, and that's what we want.
Is it difficult to buy the Cellerciser and send it to the UK?
No, you can order right online. We send it all over the world. And we pass on our international shipping rates directly to you. So if you were to ship normally to the UK through UPS and you go down to a UPS store and it's, say, $400 or $500, whereas with us it may be $150 or $60 to ship to the UK. Keep in mind, it's a heavy piece of equipment, but we're not here to make money on shipping. We're here to help people with to get the unit. So it's still expensive. Shipping is, I had somebody order a couple extra springs today in California, and it cost her more to ship it than it did for the springs. So shipping's expensive right now.